Discerning, Discipleship, and Discipline. Good morning. Prayers and well wishes for you and your family. I hope things are going great and your summer is progressing very well. Today is Father's Day, and the message is in full recognition of those fathers and or father figures. I have to mention, as I always do, because this was the case for me, that all mothers that had to be a father, I give a special shout out for you. This week, the outstanding thoughts centered around responsibility and what it means to be a support and guide for others, and then to see them succeed or not, and how that should make you feel. I've seen my daughter bloom into a hardworking, dependable woman. She has always been a good girl that was responsible and smart, and I attribute much of that to her mother, who was with her every day as I was busy with coaching and teaching. I say that to say that although I was away a lot, I clearly see that the example of commitment, consistency, and discipline was taken to heart and emulated. Her mother constantly reminds me that she is just like me, and although she was home with her, she has so many of my mannerisms, traits, and characteristics. We talked this week about the concept of when and how that transfer happens, and what our responsibility is to our children or dependent circle to be the best we can so that the picture they see, receive, and ultimately copy is an appropriate one. Now, you see that there is a reason to be concerned and in a state of anxiety when you come to the realization that you are so influential to those around you, and how they may or may not find themselves in a place that would separate them from God because of something you have done. In Matthew 18 and also in Luke 17, Jesus reminds us that in no way is it okay for us to sin, but when we are the cause of someone else's sin and potential separation from God, then we are the worst thing possible. The father is the head of the household and the leader of the family, and the responsibility to be the appropriate example and guide is a major deal. Now, I want to keep it in perspective and say that we are not to be anxious about anything, but through prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, make our requests known to God, and we can ask for guidance on how to be the father and leader He would have us be. So, no pressure, but it is on us to get it right. With His help, of course, because apart from Him, we are really designed to blow it. I know that is scary, but that's the point. We need Jesus in every position of responsibility we find ourselves in. We must rely on Him to make the difference. And if you have relied on Him, there are many instances that we can then say that it will all work out because He is made perfect in our weakness. The encouragement is first and foremost words of appreciation for simply being in the fight. For those of us that have experienced the scenarios that have no father present in the home or circle of influence, know exactly what it is to long for that. I remind us from last week that life is not fair, and whatever you feel about not having a father in your life is okay. Just know that He made a way for you to be what He intended you to be in spite of the reality of this fallen world. If you step back and seek understanding, you will likely see that He puts us through just what we need to go through so that we can be who He needs us to be. Now, at this point, I need to be clear that, as I said, the world is not fair because of the fall, and the situations of this world are because of the fall. God did not cause them, but He will absolutely use them for His purposes to bring us closer to Him. Lastly, if you are a parent or guardian that had a crappy father, and because you have asked Jesus into your heart and seek His righteousness, you are working on being a great father, and with His grace, that will absolutely come to be. whatever he is calling you to do and be, open your heart, allow his grace and righteousness to complete you, and just do it. Even if you are feeling a little less than adequate right now, he is working you into the glory he has for your life. And in his time, we will walk in the understanding that he has us and we are sufficient for his purpose. You are a blessing to many, many more than you know. Keep it up. Be.